school, we became part of close friends of 11. Ning was the quiet one among us. She was so easy to get along with because she doesn't complain or argue or assert herself. But she was always there to support the group. I don't remember Ning having any issue among our friends and classmates. She was friends to all of them. By the time we were all married, and I saw Ning as a hardworking wife and mother. Alongside Clem, they brought up their children to be the women they are today. With Ning as their role model, they are now all responsible wives and mothers. I will miss you, Ning. The Kamnibets will miss you.
I'd like to thank her for all her help and loyalty to the church, especially at the sacristy and the tabernacle. And we will miss her smiles and everything. And Judy would like to say a few words too.
Tita Ning, I just want to thank you for your friendship. We love you and we miss you. May you rest in peace.
Amen. Thank you.
Masaya ang pagsasama namin sa cell group ng COH si Mami Ning. More or less 5 years. Ang karanasan at wisdom na ibinahagi sa grupo ni Mami Ning ay may kapulutang aral pag siya ay nagsalita. Para bagang bituin may ningning. Sa hango sa kanyang palayaw na ningning. Kaya nga, pag nandyan siya ay palaging may ningning ang aming grupo.
Ang maalala ko kay Mama Ning ay isa siyang masayahing tao, never a dull moment with her, at saka ang pagka-motherly care niya. You feel at home and safe.
I'd like to honor si Mama Ning. Mama Ning, I appreciate yung mga times that we are able to talk. Pag sinusundo kita kay Arielo when you go to our MWG, those are really wonderful moments so you can share your wisdom. At lahat ng makasalamuha mo, they really love you. We love you. We miss you. You're truly one of a kind. Salamat, Mama Ning.
Hello. My name is Malu Javier and this message for Mami Ning. Makikita ko na Mami Ning is selfish. Selfish kasi gusto niya nakapokus siya sa iyo. Gusto niya iparamdam niya sa iyo that you are welcome. And naging close kami kasi nakita ko sa kanya talaga na how she's very interested in expressing her love to me.
Mami, I miss you. Kakaiba ang Carino brutal mo. I will always remember you for your motherly love and happy 40th day in heaven. Love you, Mami. Mwah!
Mami Ning as a second mother, she's not only like a mother to us, but more like a friend. It's easy to confide with her and we will surely miss her.
Hello, this is Amabel. When Louie and I got married, Mommy Ning shared to us that the first thing that she and Daddy Clem did on their honeymoon is to pray the rosary. And she has inspired us to put God first in all that we do.
Mami Ning, thank you for allowing me to be part of your adopted daughters. It is truly an honor to be called one. I will surely miss you, all the Kikay talks, and all the memories that you've shared with me. Love you.
Happy birthday in heaven, Mami Ning. Thank you for graciously expanding your set of 5 beautiful daughters to include many of us. You will be missed, Mommy. And you will always be in our thoughts, my thoughts and prayers. Love you.
So, on one of our Christmas gatherings, we were sitting in one table. Sabi niya sa akin, "Uy, ilang taon ka na?" Sabi ko, "Mami, 24. Sabi niya, "Alam mo, nung 24 ako, 24 din ang waistline ko." So ako, feeling ko, I didn't know her back then. So I said, "Bakit ganun?" I kinda got offended. And then, sabi ko kay Rowie, "Close ba kami ni Mami?" Siyempre si Rowie, takbo siya agad kay Madi, kinuwento niya. And then, that's the beginning of our pagiging BFFs.
Tita Ning was the second mom to me, giving me advice on marriage, parenting, aging, cooking, and how to grow in my faith, among other things. Thank you for sharing your mom with all of us. I will cherish the time I spent with her, remember her advice and words of wisdom, her laughter, and her smile. Thank you, Tita Ning, for your kindness, generosity, and love. Happy birthday. I love you.
I remember when it was my birthday, and it was just me and my friend, and she would always be called with me and with Mom. She would always come and visit me for lunch.
One lesson I learned from Mamila is to always try my hardest. I remember the time when Mamila taught me how to make the rosary. It wasn't easy, but she patiently taught me how to string the beads one by one. She would always tell me to restart when I'm tying what I'm doing until the knot is tightened correctly and clean. Another time, when Mamila and I were making lumpia, she was teaching me how to roll the lumpia. I was having a hard time because my hands were small, but she would keep telling me to do it well, and having my small hands is not an excuse. She was tough, but she taught me not to make excuses, but instead do my best with what I have. Through this, I learned from Mamila to not settle with what I can do, but to always aim higher and better.
When Mamila would come over, she would stay in my room, and she would stay up late, either praying or playing on her tablet. So the bright light of her screen always kept me awake. So I ended up learning how to play the card game she was playing, and in the early in the morning. And she taught me the solitaire, the pyramid, the spider. I learned a lot, so many card games from her.
Mamila, as you may know, is a very health-conscious person. One time she went to the Philippines. One time we went to the mall. I saw a cotton candy stand, and I asked Mamila if she could buy me one. When I got the cotton candy, Mamila started eating it with me. Mamila asked, "Mataas ba ang sugar nito?" I was shocked and said, "Mamila, gawa to sa sugar." But Mommy continued eating. And she said that di bale na lang, masarap naman.
Mamila and I are always travel buddies whenever she comes to the Philippines. So I am her designated alalay and roommate. Back in 2015, we went to Hong Kong with Tita May, Tita Ricky, Ate Erica, and Kuya Philip. Mamila suddenly lost her passport in the hotel room. So we searched every corner of the room for the passport, and we also looked for it in Tita May's room. Mamila even called Mommy and Papa here in the Philippines asking if she left the passport here. After a few minutes of searching, Mamila suddenly found the passport in her handbag. So all along, the passport was in her handbag that had many hidden pockets.
One bright memory I have of Mamila is that back in when we lived in Michigan in middle school, I was part of a basketball league year-round, so I would always be playing basketball games on the weekends and things like that. And one time, Mamila came to watch and visit, and to be quite honest, I'm not actually very good at basketball, and I didn't score a lot of points or anything like that. But then Mamila still watched the whole game, and she watched me play, and not just one game. She watched all the games that I had while she was staying in Michigan. And every time I finished the game, she would always congratulate me, and she would always tell me how proud she was of me, even though I wasn't playing that well. And I think that was like just such a great memory I have of Mamila, where even though I wasn't playing, even though I was trying my best, I wasn't that good. Mamila was always very supportive, and she was always there for me. and I really love that about Mamila. Happy birthday, Mamila. We miss you.
Mamila showed me how to live joyfully and positively. Whenever we went on trips, Mamila always had like this childlike wonder and awe and appreciation for like what was right in front of her. Because even if she might have been a bit uncomfortable or unfamiliar, she always seemed to be able to find the good, because she would appreciate what God showed her right in front of her.
I am Mommy's eldest granddaughter, and I was the only grandchild actually for nearly a decade. So I consider this one of my life's greatest blessings, to be the eldest. However, to call it a privilege, I think, wouldn't give justice to how Mommy was as a grandmother. Miss Mommy loved all her grandkids equally, and she made sure that all of us knew and felt this. Mommy kept a list of all our birthdays and would make sure that a mass would be offered for us on our special days. Mommy knew all her grandchildren's milestones and triumphs. She also knew our challenges, and she prayed very hard to help us get through each of them. She made it a point to know each of us. And I think we're all very fortunate to have a grandmother who lived life this way.
Every time na uuwi si Mami from America, ang laging bati niyan sa akin sa pagdarating is my favorite son-in-law from Santa Rosa. At first, nakakataba ng puso, parang, pero na-realize ko parang ako lang naman talaga ang taga Santa Rosa ang son-in-law. So, to my favorite mother-in-law, happy birthday.
Mommy as mother-in-law to me. She was always motherly to me, and she would also show it with Daddy when in their marriage. She would always say in her mottos, favorite motto to me was wife first. And she showed me how she taught her children the value of hard work from Mommy's Bake Shop. And that's not only the value of hard work, but also how a family works together and loving doing it and showing joy doing it together. But Mommy, she's thinking of you all the time, very thoughtful. How did she affect my life? Well, her devotion to God and Jesus made a big difference in my life and definitely my marriage. And especially with her another motto is, the family that prays together stays together. And it's really from her Christian community service and service to the church which inspired me so much for my own service in the church as I do.
We are always excited when she plans to come over. We make sure, we at least her request, we always make sure that she's requested for a wheelchair as a handicap, because she's always afraid to get lost. So that's one thing when she always, but more than that, I always make sure that the crabs and lobsters and one of her favorites was introduced to her, was my wife's favorite wine. She got a sip of it and then she would say, lasing na ako. But a lot of things, we had a great time. Last time that I had requested for her to stay a little longer, and she was very excited. We created, had a good time with neighbors and good friends, celebrated just about anything with no occasions.
nyo si Mami pag nagpunta dito sa Manila, madali lang yan eh. Alam na natin. Unang-una, lunch sa Max, kakain ng chicken. Pagkadating ng gabi, kakain ng kumida China. Kukuha ng hoto tay at saka kamaron con hamon. Ayos na yun. Next morning, pupunta ng landmark, mamimili ng sapatos. So pagdating namin doon, mga 4 o 5 sales lady, sunod na sunod sa kanya, hingi siya na hingi ng size. Ako naman, nasa tabi lang, nakaupo. Mami sabi niya sa akin, Ricky, nasan ba ang comfort dito? Turo naman ako, nandun lang sa gilid eh. Diyan lang, Mami, pasok ka. Pumasok. Mamaya, biglang tumatakbo, papalabas. Naku, Ricky, alaking disgrasya. Bakit? So, ikinwento niya sa akin, pagpasok niya raw, may sumunod sa kanyang 3 tao. 2 pa, lalaki. Pagkadating niya sa loob, dali-dali siya, pasok siya sa cubicle. Sira na niya, nilak niya. Tapos na siyang, tapos na siya sa ginagawa niya. Pagkatapos, binuksan niya yung pinto, nandun pa rin yung 3. Sabi niya, bakit ba ako sinusundan? Sabi niya, Mami, nandito ko kayo sa CR ng lalaki. Takbo siyang palabas, kaya siya nagpunta sa akin. Kaya, may isa lang akong bilin, Mami eh. Pagdating mo dyan sa langit, unang-una mong gawin, tanungin mo kung nasa yung comfort room ng babae para wala na malaking disgrasya. Happy birthday, Mami.
Mommy is not just an Ate Ning, Mami Ning, Tita Ning, and Mamila to us. She is also a friend to us all. Ang hilig na ang family ko is road trips, adventures. Syempre matanda na si Mami, pero sinusubukan niya na makisama sa amin. Once we went to Ilocos, dinala namin siya sa pagudpod. Pero para naman mag-enjoy siya kasi hindi siya mahilig talaga sa beach tsaka sa araw. Nag-sightseeing na rin kami sa Vegan. Dinala namin siya sa Paway Church. Dinala din namin siya sa Batak to si Ferdinand Marcos, saka sa Malacanang of the North. Nag-side trip din kami nun sa Baguio, I remember. Tapos, dinala din namin siya sa Zambales. Beach din yon, island. Akala ko hindi siya mag-e-enjoy. Pero dahil maraming seafoods doon, yun ang kinain namin, tuwang-tuwa siya. Tapos, doon din yung unang beses na sinabi niya na nag-fly siya ng kite. First time down niya yon sa buong buhay niya. Tapos, isa pang pinuntahan namin na memorable is Baler. Kasi magsusurf doon yung husband ko tsaka yung anak ko. Tapos, syempre, wala naman siya masyadong gagawin. Di kain-kain lang kami. Pero, sumama siya sa amin doon sa hike namin, mga 1.5 hour, papunta dun sa falls. They call it the Mother Falls. Kasi malaki siya, pero ang layo-layo niyang lakarin. And ayun, pagbalik, akala namin mapapagod siya. Enjoy na enjoy daw siya. Every trip naman, pagkatapos dun, sasabihin niya sa amin, Tetet, Eric, thank you sa inyo ha, kasi ako'y nag-enjoy. Feeling ko, pagkasama ko kayo, ako'y bumabata. Yung mga hindi ko nagawa dati, nagawa ko na, ay ako'y masayang masaya. And I'm going to miss you so much, Mami. Mamimiss ko talaga yung mga road trips natin.
What other people would call bloopers, Mommy's misnomers were an everyday event. She would give you advice, even if you're not asking for it. She would tell you what ingredients is missing in your dish, so it would taste better. She would ask questions with the most obvious answer. She would talk to you for hours, and then realizing later on that she couldn't remember your name. There were times that she would even get in trouble with Daddy for reacting to things without thinking. Mommy was funny, excitable, perky, witty, and had a great sense of humor. She was not afraid to laugh at herself. That is what we all love about her. Si Mommy is always the life of the party. I remember all her one-liners that would make you laugh, but at the same time would make you say to yourself, that actually makes sense. Behind her funny words, there was wisdom. So here are some of Mommy's funny lines that we call Mommy's path to happiness. Number 1, be a wife first before a mother. We grew up hearing this, especially when she just wants to spend time with Daddy and not with us. Number 2 is, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That is why she taught all of us how to cook well. Number 3, this is the funny one. No kalansing, no romancing. We hear this when Daddy gets his paycheck. Number 4, humor is important in a marriage. This is her marriage advice to couples that they were counseling. And this last one is probably the best advice that he's given to his sons-in-law. Happy wife, happy life. But behind all her bloopers, Mommy was a dedicated wife and mother. She treasured her family the most. She would always remind us that in everything we do, put God first. She would say, what does a man profit if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? So, Mommy, happy birthday. Thank you for teaching us that family togetherness is holiness. I could not ask for a better mother. Bloopers and all, your sense of humor taught us that in every situation, there's a blessing. You just have to look for it.
One of my memorable birthdays, I remember, is celebrating it with Mamila when we went to California. I think that was for her 75th birthday. And then the following day, we went to eat out in Benihana with the family. And we got a surprise birthday cupcake, and we blew candles together. And speaking of birthdays, I remember one time around October, November, Mommy called me and said, "Oh, Matet, inihahabiling ko na sa'yo, pinapasa ko sa'yo itong mga list of family birthdays, anniversaries, death, etc. Ikaw na ang tagahawak nito." And Mommy and Daddy created a tradition in the family. Whoever has a birthday, they will offer mass or send a mass card. So, naalala ko na hinabilin niya months before, wala pa siyang sakit noon. So, Mamila made an effort to make it special for everybody, and she will call and say, "Happy birthday! I offered mass offerings for your birthday. I offered a mass for you."
Mommy is the second among 9 children, and she was known to be the most obedient and most kind. But there is one incident na si Mommy nag-disobey sa lolo ko. This is when she joined the university beauty pageant. Ayaw ng lolo ko siyang mag-join kasi sabi ng lolo ko, "Naku, pag natalo yan si Martinita, baka makapatay lang ako." Pero tinulungan ng lola ko si Mommy. So, very secretly, nag-join si Mommy. Umuwi si Mommy, dala-dala ang crown, dala-dala ang sash, at siya yung nanalo ng Miss Luzonia. So, wala nang magawa yung lolo ko. So, kasunod na linggo, may parada, so may float, si Mommy ang bida doon. Queen Martinita 1 ang nakalagay doon sa float. No? So, lolo ko, naka-white duck mo. So, every kanto, sinasabi niya, "Anak ko yan! Anak ko yan! Anak ko yan!" So, my lolo was very proud of Mommy. And of course, obviously, Mommy was, radiating in beauty and charm. No? During that time, ito din yung nagkakilala si Mommy at si Daddy. maganda yung love story nila because si Daddy yung president ng student council at siya rin yung editor-in-chief ng school paper. And of course, si Mami yung campus beauty queen. So, lagi silang iniimbitahan together. So, for us, diba, imagine mo, ang aking tatay ang pinakamatalino at ang nanay ko ang pinakamaganda. Diba? So, pag naalala namin yung love story na yun ay talagang, it's very heartwarming for us. Mami, happy birthday. Thank you for your love and your concern and your care. We got this now. Do not worry about us. We will take care of each other the same way you and Daddy took care of us. Mommy, we love you.
And thank you for touching my life in so many ways.
Happy birthday in heaven, Mommy Ning.
We will surely miss her. So, I love you.
Love you.
I love you, Mami Ning. Happy birthday in heaven.
Happy birthday. I love you.
We will miss you, Mamila.
Happy birthday, Mamila. We miss you.
Happy birthday, Mamila, and I miss you. Everyone have.
We will all miss her very, very much.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mommy. We love you. Your words of advice and love are always in my heart in heaven.
Happy birthday, Mommy.
So, Mommy, I love you.
Happy birthday.
Mommy, we love you.